I love giving my baby Kingnip flowers. And they're so pretty. He wanted a drink. Wanted him some goddamn hand and juice. So I put it there for him. I gotta make everybody else's drink. They're so picky and they're so spoiled. When they come down here, they act like they are out eating and they're so detailed in what they want and how they want it and where they want and how much they want. Isn't that gorgeous? His flowers are so pretty. I was looking to get roses that are red and pink and orange. I just gotta find some blue ones. I really want some crypt blue ones. If you're, I can grow some. I found I can order the seeds, but it's gonna take a minute to grow them. And see, is there any way I can get some? Look at the cheese biscuits. Yep, his flowers, they crip bandana, they be cripping. You see how the cheese biscuits still look really good? Very moist and soft and tender. They're absolutely really beautiful. Honey, butter, cheddar cheese, and onion and chive biscuits. I never done that before. It was Nipsey's idea. I absolutely love it. And you see how beautiful. I think I'm gonna do this to them from now on. Brown them and then bake them because you see how still they look really beautiful and firm and tender and they held together, and the color is really beautiful. And you see how I cook the portobello mushrooms. You see how they look and put them on his gold plates and his candles and everything still looks good. It's been up here a few hours. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you see the steak is still really moisturized. It looks really, let me move back. You see it real juicy. See, it's not dried out, real juicy. Like I was telling y'all, I do what I do, or you cure it in butter and herbs. You see how it's still really soft. Mac and cheese. Everything looks really soft and delicious with this drink. You wanted a drink. Can I taste some of your drink, babe? I'm a little thirsty, so I'm gonna get some of your little drink. Ooh, thank you. Oh, that tastes good. I can't see your words, so I don't know if you all are commenting or if anybody's watching this right now. I keep pressing the buttons to go to the live chat, and it's not letting me see anything. But anyway, I like to put these videos up here for you to see them, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I do, as much as I enjoy preparing them and making them. And I hope you think that they're as beautiful as I do. And I love you for helping me make this happen. Because your love, your support, your donations make it possible so I can cook these things for the ancestors as well as show you what I do and how I do it so that you can do the same thing at home or make your altars for the people you love. It's an honor to do it. I love to do it. I live to do it. Hey, Quinta Orman. I love it. Absolutely love it. I cooked more than I could put out here. So I got some more saved in there, and I'm not going to buy anything right now. Next few days until this dries out and they consume it, and then I'll get the other menu they're asking for, which sounds quite delicious with they fish and they yams and they sweet potato pies and ooh, honey, that's him drink. My baby is so spoiled and so he's so extravagant. He likes his food, his meals, he's so spoiled. I don't know when he was physically alive in his body. I know he had a lot of women. I don't know if they cooked for him. I saw, and I was told his he had a chef, and his brother can cook like hell too. I see, and his mom, his grandmother, they are chefs. I don't know if they still cook, but I'm sure he grew up with his grandma's cooking, and he loves flowers. He loves gardens, and I wonder if all of his women cook for him because he's so demanding with me. And he likes for me to cook, but I know his grandma and his mama cooked. And And he lived with his grandma. So I'm sure she spoiled him because that's her favorite grandchild. That's like her own baby that she had out of her body. But even though I have my days until I completely get well, I am honored that he's here. I'm honored that my father's here. I'm honored that Nipsey brings people in here that need my help. I mean, they can go a lot of other places and get their readings done and their help, but they like to come here. Now I can see you. Hi, Anumi. Please forgive me if I said your name wrong. Yolanda. Dog, it just went out again. Trying to tap it. Come on. I don't know why it's doing that. Hi, YFW Travels. I just see three people. Three, four. YFW Travels, Yolanda, and it just went out again. I'm sorry. If I'm not saying anything, if you say something to me, it's not because I'm ignoring you, because the words keep going away. But anyway, I'm not gonna stay long. I'm so exhausted, but I'm glad I made myself. Hey, Danielle Winchester. Hi. I'm hot and I'm exhausted, and plus I like the to keep the air off when I do these so it doesn't ruffle the candles too badly, and you can see what I'm seeing. They must be happy because they're not bugging me. Cook this, cook that. Like, hi Alexandria, I'm tired. I'm gonna lay down, take my medicine, take some, go sleep, and lay the fuck down. I wanted to talk to you today, and I wanted to come live. Took a lot out of me. I'm tired right now, so I gotta get some rest, y'all. I'm really tired and I'm hot. I had to make myself stand up to do this, and now they're not bugging me. I don't hear Nipsey, PNB, Rock, and Nipsey's friend G.I. Joe. I don't hear them every day now. I keep asking for what they want. Now that I got up and cooked it, they're quiet. They're quiet. And I told them they better not bother me. The tomatoes are right here. I took pictures too. You should, they're right there with their onions, the red onions. Nipsey likes red onions with this and his tomatoes, with his seasonings and stuff. Oh, the pictures are in the community forum, but yeah, they are right there. Where's mac and cheese? You see him, how spoiled he is. His plates are always full. That's my honey. Oh, that's my spirit nigga. All their stuff is here, and there's shish kebabs and they biscuits. I love it. I can't wait till I can cut these biscuits open and put some honey inside them. I got the butter and put me some meat or something in them. God damn it. I'm just using a regular Android. But anyway, the pictures are in the community forum. You can see the pictures if you have a problem seeing everything right here. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm doing the best I can. Can y'all see that? I try not to get too close because I see how when I go back it looks a little blurred, and I don't know why it looks blurred because it doesn't look blurred on my end. Pixelated, heavy pixelated. Okay, I didn't catch the being, but they go. Can you see them? Is I pulled out so you can see them because I don't know why it looks clear to me when I get real close because but on the pictures look clear. You can see everything and the herbs and the fluffiness and the texture of everything. But when I do the video and I go up close, sometimes it's pixelated once I replay it back. So I know if it's like that, I'm sorry. But like I said, the pictures are in the community forum, the still shots of everything. Can you see this? Is this looking pixelated to you? Because I'm trying to pull out some so you can see what I'm seeing and the beauty of it. And let me tell you something. You know what? I have some Spanish friends. I have some Mexican friends. I have some Cuban, some Afro Latina, and some of them, and I have Dominican. I just showed it to my Dominican friend, and I was surprised when my Dominican friend said he never ate collard greens, like the food we have down south. So he's like, I never had that, and I guess some of our meat dishes and macaroni and cheese. And so I just sent my Dominican friend. He was born and grew up in the Dominican Republic with him, his mama, and then they came. They live in Florida. And so I showed it to him. I said, I know you don't eat this food. I know some of it you like a collard green or something. You never had it, but I just decided to show it, show you Nipsey's altar anyway, to see what you think. And he's also one of my psychic friends that reads. And he was like, that looks really good. And he's like, I would eat that. And I said, oh, and then I showed him my other my Latina friend, she lives in Texas. And she said, I was shocked. And she's like, we don't eat collard green or what she said. I don't even know if she really had macaroni and cheese. She's like, they didn't grow up on what I like from the South grew up with. I don't know if she had sweet potato pie, but some of them also have, African blood in them. They have African white and Indian blood, like from Dominican, and one of my Afro-Latina friends is in Texas as well. One of my Mexican friends, she's not a racist, prejudiced person, so she loves soul food. And she has a biracial son by a black man. So she doesn't, she loves me, and her little girl loves me. So I have friends, I'm not a racist, prejudiced person. I have friends from all cultures that love me and watch this show, and I'm so honored by that. And they share their cultures with me. And of course, I've had Mexican food. I love Cuban. I love black beans and rice. I love Dominican food. I love Ethiopian food. I love Eritrean food. I love Italian and Greek. I'm pretty open, and I'm so glad that out of so many racist, prejudiced people in the world, I met people of all races and cultures that love me. And I just ignore the bullshit and the racism shit. And so some of them were like, I never had that, but I'm looking at you and I would eat it from you. I said, oh, thank you. So I showed my Dominican friend just responded, my Spanish friend and Texas, she just responded. And I'm like, I know you don't like these things. And she said, girl, that got me hungry. She's like, one night she's like, you didn't get me this time. Because it's so funny. I'll be on the phone with her and I'll show her something I made. And then she's like, I'm so hungry. And then I hear her, what you smacking on? She said, girl, your pictures got me hungry. I'm like, even though you don't eat this stuff, she said, I'll try it. I wish, can you ship me a plate? I'm like, I got to learn to ship it. She's like, I will try that from you. So I just want to say thank you from people from other cultures that support me and encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. And they rate my pictures, and, my personal friends from different cultures, they tell me what they think, and it makes my day. And all of you that love me and support me, that grew up like I did, and the projects, and got that ghetto food from the dirty South, so y'all know what it tastes like already. Y'all love and support me, and I can't wait to share samples with you. I have to get well so I can get on the list, for the sites where I can ship the food overnight. Right now, I think it's better for me if you come here, you give your donation, and you can pick it up in Atlanta, have it delivered to where you are in Atlanta, because I can't push myself, and I don't want a restaurant because, hey, Sharon E., hey, everybody. That made you sweet potato pudding. I didn't grow up on a sweet potato pudding. I don't know what it is. We grew up on maybe sometimes a sweet potato souffle, but I really didn't have that a lot of times. My grandmama cooked fresh sweet potatoes pies. Sweet potato pies, lemon pound cakes with a lemon glaze on it. Everything we had was like a real pie, a real cake, not really a pudding. She didn't make a lot of banana pudding. Sometimes she made it, but I loved her lemon meringue pie, her 7-Up cake, her upside down pineapple cake. Whatever she made was incredible. I just didn't eat the pork stuff. Even as a little girl, I don't know, just intuitively, I never liked it. I never liked pig ears and pig feet. And thank God she didn't make me eat it. She would make me clean my plate, but she never put that on my plate. She would say, do you want it? And I don't know why, when I was a little kid, I just didn't want it. And she said, I'm not going to make you eat it, but this is for me. I'm going to eat it. And but I won't make you eat this. And I was like, a pig ear, a pig feet? No, mommy. She's like, baby, it's okay. You don't have to eat it. And she never forced me to eat it. I would just see her eat it. It smelled delicious the way she cooked it, but it was something in me. And her chitlins, now those stunk. and she would wash and clean them for hours to the point they looked like white sacks in the sink. She would wash and rewash, and they looked white. I didn't even know it was a shit sack by the time she finished with it, because they were white as snow when my grandma finished wash. I'd never seen anybody cook clean chitlins like her, but they stunk. And just when I smelled it, smelled like doo-doo. Even as a little kid, I knew I wasn't eating it, and she didn't make me eat those either. But she loved them, and everybody that came over loved them. It was just something. And now that I'm older, I understand there was something in my higher self that knew that was a bad thing to do. Don't eat that shit. Anyway, I want to thank everybody. And I like to show you my cups because these are real drinks. Everything I do for them is the real deal. Everything I make for them is fresh food that is clean enough and fresh enough for me to eat myself. And all their drinks are drinks to eat. Don't they not stink? They stink. They stink. But she was one of the people I saw that cleaned them immaculately. They looked just like fucking white, long sacks in the sink. She cleaned the hell out of them. But I still, oh my God. And when they cook, they just turn my stomach. You won't see that on my channel. I'm sorry. I don't even buy stuff like that. I don't think it's good for me. Anyway, I love you all. You said, I love that you're an equal opportunity person. Yeah. I love people that love me. It doesn't matter where you're from, what country you're from. It doesn't matter to me. When you're good to me, I'm be good to you. When you're nasty to me, I'm nasty to you. When you start that racial shit and, disrespectful to me, I'm going to cut you off. Collard greens, mac and cheese. Yeah, that's my life. In the morning, my grandma would make fresh buttermilk pancakes. Sometimes she would use the Aunt Jemima mix. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't see how my grandmother did it, because she took care of other people's children that were not hers. She raised her 2 daughters. Her son died when he was a baby. And she didn't raise me, my half sister, and she raised other people. I mean, she constantly gave her life. You're welcome, Alexandria. I hope you can learn something from me. But you know what? I'm not the first and the only one on YouTube that does ancestor altars, so you don't have to watch me. But I appreciate that you all do, and I appreciate that you all love me and support me. I know my altars are a little bit different, and the way I talk to them and share with them, it's an everyday thing for me. Even when I'm not on video, if I'm not feeling bad, my altars are lit every day. The candles are lit every day. I listen to them. I hear them, because Nipsey is always in and out of here, or he's bringing someone here. So it will be what I do until my physical body dies. This is what I love. This is a lifestyle for me. This is a way of life for me. I love it. This is clearly what my calling was and is before I got into this body and reincarnated, and I absolutely love it. There's nothing else that I would do. Now, the other things I add to it and my arts and crafts, they still tie into this, because those chairs that you see and those footstools that you see are grieving footstools. When somebody's physically dying or after they physically dead, and you pray for them and you do your rituals. And one day, if you want it, I will teach a class on what those altars do. Nipsey gave me those altars and the designs. He gave me, those are sacred designs and altars, sacred geometry altars, stools. And when I sell those chairs, before I sell those chairs are on the altar. As you can see, they will be consecrated. I have rituals, and you will get the instructions on how to do them if that's what you want. They're literally magic chairs. And I think I'm going to make the magic carpets to go with them. So they're not just designer chairs. I'm sure you all that are spiritual can tell there's something special about the chairs. And Nipsey gave them to me, and I'm so honored by him. I will do this for the rest of my life. And I wish I knew what I was and who I was when I was younger, and I had the right people to teach me instead of hold me back. My own mother did. She could try to destroy me and hold me back. And now that I know, from this moment on, the rest of my life, this is what I'm going to do. I'm so honored to speak to these people. They're not spirits to me. They're people, and they're souls. They're just outside of the physical body and their other body. And I'm honored that they're here, because there are a lot of talented people that see them and hear them, and they speak to them as well. And I'm honored to be one of the ones they speak to. So, Alexa, I know you're a Sagittarius. Do you know your moon sign? I love. Yes, Leo. So I guess that's why me and Nipsey get along so well, because we share a lot of the same energy. But Leos like Sagittarius anyway. They're very compatible with the Sagittarius, and so we get along. I think the only way we get along is because I do what he says. He doesn't really do what I say. Everything has to be his way. And you said, this is too funny. Bring everyone over there so you can cook for them. But see, he was like that in his body, though. He looked out for his homies, his homeboys and shit. And when they asked to come here, he doesn't just shove them on me. It's my choice, of course, but he knows I'm not going to say no. They know if I say no to them, they'll go sneak and ask him. I'm like, I hear you. I hear you. It's people that don't disrespect me that are here and that get along. He brings people that are very respectful. I've been hearing back from his Mexican friends. So I think I'm going to have to do something else for them. He has some Mexican friends that love him in the physical body and ride or die for him. And they're on the spiritual side now. He has Mexican gangbangers over there that would ride and die for him, that his friends that love him. They come back in here the past couple of days. So I said, okay, you want me to cook something for you? So I think something's going on over there. What do you say? They are people. That's right. And if you pay close attention, you can sense their presence. I'm a Leo, and I love Sagittarius. Yeah. You're absolutely right. My best friend is a Sag. She keeps it real with me and so beautiful. Yeah. I don't get along with all Sagittarius, unfortunately, because, some of them are not wrapped too tight. A lot of times they're very airy-fairy, because we're philosophers and we like to see the good in people. And sometimes you look at people and you think too much of them and put on a pedestal, and you don't really know their character and they ain't shit. And then you get devastated because you always see the good in people and think too highly. And I've learned not to do that. And I used to be airy-fairy and live very lofty and in the clouds. And I always want to believe everything's going to be okay. And I always saw the good in people and believe what people say. You give me your word. I believe it because I know when I say something, my word is bond. That's what I am. And I realize everybody's not like that. And when I've talked to some Sagittarius, I said, wow, I see why people sometimes think some Sagittarius are airheads. You're not dumb. A lot of them are not dumb. It's just some of them are philosophical and metaphysical, and they just naturally are like very head in the clouds. And unfortunately, that gets you fucked over and take advantage if that's the only place you live. And Sag get hurt. I've gotten hurt a lot of times by the wrong people because, like I said, I chose to see the good and people believe what they say, and now I don't. The more time I spent with myself and learned to love me and accept me, and really learn to not be impressed by people's things and their money and think they're above me and better than me just because they said so or they think that, and look up to them for that shit and just see them as the real soul and the real entity, and not love somebody because of their physical shit. Usually they're full of shit and they're liars. Whenever somebody brags about themselves like that and put themselves above you, a lot of times they have a lot of self-esteem problems and insecurity, and they secretly intimidated by you, and they want you to be intimidated by them and look down on yourself and look up to them. I don't do that anymore. And I got hurt a lot of times because I was so airy-fairy like that and just wanted to see the good and didn't want to believe that somebody would lie to me and do something that fucked up. So that is our problem a lot of the time, because we're a lot of times so not really grounded, especially if you had a background like I did, where you weren't respected and dealt with a lot of abuse. You're not really grounded. So I had to learn how to do that to myself. You saying yes, and they love whole peppers, cooking beans. I love hot stuff. I love peppers. Or who are you talking about? Were you talking about your Sagittarius? Or are you talking about a group of people that liked hot peppers and beans and stuff? Because the hotter and the more spicy and intense for me, the better. Thanks for sharing your wisdom. Sure, Alexandria. I'm honored that you think it's wisdom and that you listen to it. You said Sagittarius are hurt. Okay, and they love whole peppers, cooking beans, and rice. That's me. I love peppers, beans, rice. I love pinto beans. I love black beans. I love red beans, rice with thick, rich gravy and Cajun style, New Orleans style food. Anything that's rich like that and intense and wet, like with spicy gravies and sausage. And I just have to manage how I eat because I'd be big as a house, but I know how to, manage my body. And clean my body. I know I can't eat that every day, but I love Cuban, anything like that with spice and life and flavor and peppers and intensity. I'm there. And luckily, the people that are here with me, that's what they like as well. Anyway, I need to go drink some water and I need to go to sleep. As you can tell, with this kind of food I cook and it's all fresh, it takes me hours. And I'm standing and I'm cooking. And I'm glad you love it. And it takes me hours to do. So I've been downstairs a few hours now, and you see how I love everything meticulous, and Nipsey loves everything detailed and meticulous. I guess that's a Leo thing. I never dealt with a Leo, so I'm sure you Leos understand it. If you see what I'm doing here and the detail of everything, and if you know if that's how Leos are and that's what they like, because he's very demanding with me, and I have to give him my all attention. If I start giving my attention to someone else that comes in here and more than him, or he gets very upset. So even my father kind of stepped back and let him, build what he builds with me. Because he's so dominant and everything has to be about a Leo. So if I don't, I'm going to have a problem. And when I deal with who he tells me to deal with, I have to deal with them a certain way. And when he says it's done, then I have to back away. So I think that's why we get along, because I have to do what he says. As long as I... So you all that are Leos and you've dealt with Leos, please let me know if that's how they are, because it seems like that's why we get along so well, because he tells me what the fuck to do. It's not about me. It's about that Leo shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just love him so much. So I just be like, okay, baby. All right. Yes. No. What do you want me to do? It's got to be a yes with him. If it's something he really wants to do, he'll bug me. But goddamn, so I have to get up and do, or it's going to be a problem. Very demanding. You say, yes, we need everything to be perfect and want all the attention and have a short temper. He gets mad at me if I don't do it. You say, oh, the Mexican for you to cook for. I have Mexican friends because they're Nipsey's friends. And, in my passion, I've dated a Mexican. I've dated Mexican men before, Puerto Rican men. I love it. They're very passionate, very intense. I thought very beautiful. So I used to go out, eat the Mexican food and stuff because I dated Mexican men a few years ago. I've dated a little bit of all races, very open. And you really find that people are more the same than different. But they're passionate like niggas. And I had to watch it with them because a lot of them are very passionate, incredible lovers like niggas, and will beat your motherfucking ass. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like you know what I'm saying? I've seen that in different races, you know what I'm saying? But whenever I meet a man, I've even met white men that had like a nigga vibe. So I don't know, I'm attracted to that nigga vibe. Or half black, half Mexican, half Latin man, and that swag. I love it. I love when I meet any man, I don't care what race he is, when he has that swag, and he could put it down. It reminds me of a nigga. I will never leave niggas alone. I'm sorry. I just anyway. I like dominant, very confident, swag, malicious ass men that are gangsters and gentlemen. I like both sides, and somebody's not going to mistreat me. So when I sense that somebody's getting possessive and somebody will tap my ass, it's time to go. Because I've met them in all races. You see, she deal with a Guatemalan and a Mexican. My mother's Jamaican child. They all got that shit in them, goddamn it. Especially when you deal with a hot races like that, they have a lot of passion and intensity. And if they started getting jealous and possessive of you, and you don't want to play and you don't want to do what they say, and they don't, you know what I'm saying, they like the pussy and they like your energy, girl, and they like your cooking, and they get possessive and jealous, you will get your ass beat. And see, when I sense that ass beating spirit coming on them, I start to ease the fuck back. Well, what's wrong with you when you ain't answering the phone? I nothing. I've been busy. Well, I want to come over there and go out. We always go out. Now you check. It's nothing. Because some of them niggas, you know what I'm saying, or act like niggas. Some of them Puerto Ricans, some of them goddamn Mexicans, goddamn it. Some of them will come over there like a nigga and put their feet on your door, goddamn it, and kick that motherfucker in. See, and don't let them get drunk. Don't let them get drunk, goddamn it, because I done live next door to a house full of Mexican niggas, and they sit down on that Friday, on a Saturday Friday, dun dun dun. They play that music. They had that goddamn tequila outside with that lime and them goddamn nacho and taco with that goddamn picante sauce and shit. Get drunk, get loud. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to date one of them that's kind of got a, that's feeling you and shit, and then you want to throw that black pussy. You know what I'm saying? They like that shit, especially that goddamn country. They done ran into one of them country motherfuckers that can throw it and sweet to the nigga. Nigga like the way you look and shit. Then you want to play with them or let them catch a nigga over at the house. You might get your, you know what I'm saying? Get your ass beat while they gonna turn that Mexican music up loud and eat them tacos shit and whoop your motherfucking ass. See, when I sense that shit, when I sense that ass being spirit, goddammit, and any race of nigga that I fuck with, goddammit, I know it's time to close my legs, lock that door, and become unavailable. Cause you know what I'm saying? I really can't take them ass whoopings, goddammit, and I don't want to deal with no motherfucker with that. And I'll never date nobody live that close to me again. Nigga looking when I come in and out the house. Nigga looking when I see, or his Mexican friends looking, telling the nigga, what the fuck, the Mexican nigga, what the fuck I'm doing. And then they plotting to whoop the nigga ass. You know what I'm saying? Getting nigga dirty looks like they ready to double team. Because there was a lot of them over there. There's a lot of them over there. So like, they talking about whooping the nigga ass and the nigga talking about why them Mexicans keep staring. I'm like, I don't know. Have you talked to one of them? Have you fought one? I'm like, what? Get the fuck up. I had to ease. Anyway, that's another show, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? That's another show. But I really liked it, the Mexican nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I know he was a little off and the other thing was off. I said, I will never date nobody that is close to me, but the Mexican nigga was so goddamn cute and so sweet and shit that he was just adorable to me. And I just couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I just had to put my hands on the nigga, you know what I'm saying? I just had to annoy him and put my hand. I had to reach out and touch the nigga. I couldn't. But then I had to back up with that shit got crazy. Anyway. Keeping it real TV. What you putting your ass, bucking your ass shit up. I ain't gonna tell y'all all my stories, goddammit, but I got some wild ones. I ain't gonna tell. I love you too. Keeping it real TV. Maybe that was my problem because I be so open, I don't discriminate and shit for somebody I like and they like me if I'm drawn to the shit. But see, I used to be like that. If I like somebody, I'm not getting into no intimate details and no sex and that like that. I'm just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that no more. Like as far as if I like someone and they like me, I don't just jump into stuff no more because it's an attraction. I keep to myself because I learned a lot of lessons by just jumping so quickly and not getting to know people. When I was younger, 15 years ago, yeah. I mean, people would come up to me from different cultures and want to take me out and I wanted to go. All of it was not sexual because once I could sense it if they were going to be jealous and very demanding. Since I had such an abusive childhood and background, thank you, keeping it real. Whenever I could tell, even if they said I was wrong, whenever I sensed if I got sexual with someone and they end up beating my ass and get possessive, I never got sexual. And I would just back up. And then I noticed that a lot of men did not want to be my friend if I didn't let them lead me where they wanted me to go. And I wasn't a good judge of character because I wasn't taught by real men and real women how relationships are supposed to go and how I was supposed to engage men and how they were supposed to engage me. So if I wasn't sure, I would just end it before it ever got to a sexual point. But the point I was making is, I've seen men that were attractive and had beautiful souls and beautiful hearts in all cultures and ethnic backgrounds. And I was fortunate to meet nice people in the past, but still, when I sensed they might have been nice and they was cute and fine, but I knew something was off, and I might have been wrong, about some of them, I backed away. And some of them I saw later that actually had a woman, had children, had a family, beautiful children. And I would wonder, like, did I fuck that up? Did I make the wrong decision? But then I realized, what, now in my life, it's so many people in the world. You always have other chances, or you learn what you need to know. And when you feel like you're mature enough and you're ready, the right ones will always come around. Even if it's not those, you don't really miss anything. It's so many people in this world. It's so many opportunities, so when I'm telling you these little things, I'm just cracking jokes. It's funny, when I think back on some of some of my things. But yeah, the relationships I'm telling you about, they were not sexual. They were flirty and fun, and there was heavy attraction, but they were not sexual. Maybe fortunately, maybe unfortunately, I don't know. So please don't get that impression, when I'm saying I dated this person, that person, that I fucked them, because I didn't. But I might have wanted to, but I knew that's one part of my body I could control. But I would still engage someone if I thought they were attractive. I would talk to them on the phone, I would eat with them, and I never let it get sexual, because I knew I didn't have any knowledge on how to be a woman, how to be a good lover, how to attract a good man that would be a good husband. First of all, a friend, a confidant, and then if it moved into lover and relationship status, I didn't know how to pick that. I was really bad at that, including my son's father. So as a result of that, no, when I'm telling you I dated someone, it doesn't mean I screwed them, because I didn't. I just liked them, and I had fun for a little while. And then if I felt something's off, or they'd be possessive, or would attack me, I would just gradually just make an excuse to just back away. And just sharing the fact that, I saw beautiful people in different cultures, and I'm not a prejudiced or racist person. I don't judge if I'm going to like someone based on their race or the color of their skin. I go by energy. And when I think I could be wrong back then, because my judgment was so bad, they didn't do anything to me. But if I just sensed it might be that way, or sometimes I felt like they were going to aggressive, raise their voice, I would just back away. And I don't think it's a bad thing. When you've been hurt like I was, and you basically the first part of your life, the first part of your life was so fucked up like mine, and I didn't have judgment because I wasn't taught by real women how to be, how not to be, how to develop myself, what I was, how to handle my life. I didn't know my identity. I think it's a safe thing when you like someone, but you're not sure to back away because you don't know who you are and you haven't been developed. And many times you're a beautiful woman, but inside you got a little girl mind. You're this little girl that's wounded in a grown woman's body. Many times you don't know how to pick the right people and have the right relationships. And in my past, I did not. And with Nipsey in here and me learning to talk to people and hear men's perspective, I was just telling one of my psychic friends this the other night. I don't know why, but most of the people that come to me that have been physically murdered are men. Thank you, baby. Thank you, boss lady. But fortunately, I need the men's perspective because he straightens me out and he teaches me things. But unfortunately, I don't have, I love you too, Sharon. Thank you. I don't have a lot of women. I've had a couple of women like Sandra Bland. She didn't stay long. I had Naya Rivera. Of course, my grandma, my great grandma, both my grandmas, my father's mom and my great grandmother, which is my grandmother's mom, and my grandmother. I don't know why, because I always embrace the women that come here. I have had a lot of women. For some reason, men feel comfortable at my house. I wish it wasn't that way, but I embrace it. If they love me and they feel comfortable chilling, I still need that male energy because I didn't have good male energy. And I didn't have the wisdom of real men that really cared about me to give me the real. So it's like I'm getting it. Oh my God, everything smells so good. I can smell the onions, I can smell the tomatoes. Everything smells so good. I love it when I cook like this because tonight and when I wake up tomorrow, the whole house still smells like food and rich soul food and meats and spices. That's one thing I love when I cook because I smell everything because I cook everything from scratch and the veggies and the bell peppers and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't know if you all, anybody psychic mediums, a lot of psychics come over here and mediums. What do you all experience as women? If you're women, do you get more men that come to the house than women, or do you get an equal amount of women and men? Like, who chills with you most? I guess they go to who they vibrate with, or hey, Miss Keita, or maybe men that have had problems with women, like I've had problems with women and men. They probably like to come here because I I cater to them. I give them my undivided attention when I'm doing the reading and I'm listening to what they say and when I prepare their meals. Maybe they wanted women like that in the body, or maybe they didn't completely get the women like that in the body. And also, it's something mothering about me since I am a mom. I gave birth to a boy. I don't have any girls. And I'm chronologically older, so I have, but even when I was younger I was still this way, motherly, and would help people and would give people my last and stop at the red light and give somebody a water and give somebody some money and shit. I was always this way, but I was taught to wear my heart on my sleeve and give my power away and never say no, and that's never healthy. So I'm learning to use discernment and discretion. I don't know. I think they know more about you than you do. And when they come to your house and hang out, they know it's something they're needing from you, as well as possible they know it's something you're needing from them. So I get along with the men, and that's crazy, isn't it? Because I never really got along with men. In my relationships, and a lot of times I don't get along with my own son. I clash with him. He doesn't agree with me. I don't agree with him. But when they come here, I get along with them. But it's still, I think I kind of more, I'm giving more and I'm catering to the men when they come here. I think a lot of them too have been wounded by women and even wounded by their moms. They have problems with their moms, like PNB has problems with his mom. His mom kind of pushed him away, and a conflict with the mom. Now, that's another thing, that I want to get into you with the reading. It's really bothering me because I'm getting some off energy about PNB Rock's brother. I think it's PNB meme. And I'm feeling that there's some type of war brewing. Some people might get hurt. uh I'm getting bad energy here. I don't know why. So I just been sitting on it a few days because PNB meme kind of want me to warn people in the family, you know, be careful. I don't know, baby. Sometimes I'm not trying to start no shit, but I'm telling you something off about his brother. Somebody's brother I don't like that did business with him, was close to him, and that lives in Atlanta. Something off about this baby. I hate to say that. I ain't trying to start no shit. Whew. But anyway, I'm gonna go, baby. I'm so hot. I'm just sweating while I'm talking to y'all and having a little fun with y'all, shoot the shit. But I gotta, take care of myself, y'all. I gotta go lay down, baby. So I'm exhausted. So thank you for cash apping me, PayPal donating, supporting me, loving me, being here, encouraging me, and supporting everything I do. Without y'all, I wouldn't have any love and support in my life. And you all make me feel encouraged. You make me hang on dealing with this illness. You make me want to get well. You make me want to be here. You make me feel valuable. You make me feel that what I do is also educating you and teaching you. When you go and whatever, if you're spiritual, you start developing, you're not ashamed or embarrassed about it anymore, because I'm leading the way and I'm putting myself out here to be laughed at and picked at. And you all that support me, don't laugh, don't pick at me, don't make fun of me. You support it. And a lot of you are saying, you're giving me courage because this is what I wanted to do. And I was afraid to embrace the gift. And I was afraid to talk to the people that I felt talking to me. And I thought I was crazy, and people laughed at me, and my family doesn't support what I do. And I feel like I'm just like you, and you're helping me to feel proud and feel comfortable, and I'm going to embrace it. And I'm going to do this work, and I'm going to start developing my psychic abilities. I'm going to start doing readings. I'm going to get my cards. And that means everything to me, because I was always called stupid and crazy. And unfortunately, the same people that were calling me stupid and crazy, like my mother, my grandmother, people who had the same gifts, but then they want to respect it in me. Just really weird. So, you all, I'm chronologically one age, but the little girl is in me is helping me to grow up. I see it, Christina. It's clear the men love my company more. Unfortunately, the men feel more comfortable hanging out with me. I thought it would be kind of equal, but hey, lady, Ellie speaks. Hey, everybody. Whoever comes here, if they're respectable and loving to me, I'm going to be respectable and loving to them. So I just noticed that. I'm sure y'all noticed it too. Most people come here are male. And I think all of them have mommy issues, mommy wounds, lovers issues, and lover wounds, and baby mama dramas and stuff. They come here because I treat them totally different and I respect them. And they honor me and respect me, and they clearly trust me. So, and then I have men issues as well as mommy wounds and mommy issues. So I think we kind of balance each other. You all will probably be noticing that too with the people you deal with. You said, I've always connected more with men than women. You said, that's the drip energy. I love that drip energy. Thank y'all come up with the wonderful words and hashtags for me. I love all of your hashtags for me. Either way, I'm so tired, you guys. I'm sweating. I'm so hot. Trying to let you see that from another angle. They're so pretty. I can't warm these up, unfortunately. They don't taste as good. When you make biscuits, they don't taste as good the next day. I hate that I just give them to the birds outside, the animals. TMC, VP, that's right. I love it. I love it. I will keep it going as long as Nipsey wants me to. As long as he wants that drip energy, I got it for him. Fuck with me, I got it. I love him. I am honored by him. I have so much respect for him. And I'll be here as long as he needs me. Oh, speaking of that, did you all see what I told y'all that he told me about? I love you too, Lady L Speaks. Why do you say Lady L Speaks? Are you a reader too? You see her too? I love when you come here and you all tell me what you see. I learn from you all as well. I thank you. Um, God, what was I getting ready to say? Damn. Leo men, I didn't know before. I love Leo men now. They're just very demanding. You have to be able to get along with them. You have to have the same fire and intensity as them, because they like it when you do stand up. Sometimes you like, wait a minute, a motherfucker ain't doing that shit. Ain't shit. They like a strong woman. They like a very intense woman. If she's weak, they'll walk all over you. He knows that I'm weak to him, and I say yes, not because I'm really weak, but because I love him and I want to do it. But he knows when something I don't want to do, I won't do it. But then what he'll do is keep riding. I thought, okay, I'll do it, but he'll keep, it has to be his way. But they like it when you buck on them sometimes, you act crazy. This is royal drip energy. Yeah. I've learned a lot. Royal drip. I love that royal drip. It says, Leo man, when you got to roar, they like it when you roar. That's right. That's right. They don't like it when you weak, when you're doing something because you just weak. They like strong women. They like strong energy to have their back. Drip sauce. I love it. I love it. Something I was getting ready to say before I said something to Elle. I asked was Elle speaks, was she a seer? Was she a reader? First say she speaks. They're so sweet. It's the one they are sweet. He was so sweet to me. I couldn't put him out of the house. I felt so bad for him. I couldn't put him out of the house. And he's so charming. It's like a sweet boy. A very romantic boy. Okay, I thought so for you to say Lady L speaks. Yes, that sounds like someone that's a speaker. I love that. When strong intuitive women are over here, because I learned from you, and when you comment, I saw this, I saw that. You see, I don't erase those as long as they're respectful. I love to get your feedback and see if you're seeing what I see or hear what I hear. I learn from you all as well, and I listen, and I'm always willing to be wrong. Some people don't think that's good, but I am willing to be wrong, and I'm willing to make corrections, and I don't see psychics do that or readers do that. And I see people respect that when people say, I'm not wrong, what I said is right, but sometimes they are. Just like I knew that I was right and this man was not cloned. There wasn't a clone there, and PNB did not fake his death. I knew that was him. I knew he had an autopsy against the wishes of his Islamic faith. I knew it happened because he told me. And then I said, Nipsey, go check. Did he get autopsy? He said, yeah, he was in the same place I was in. He was cut. And I knew he was going home to his mommy. And I did not say I was wrong about that. And I did not say allegedly in the spirit. If you listen to those reading, I knew I was right. I knew I was right. And so far, the media has confirmed it, and the family confirmed what I said. And this, unfortunately, that baby went back to his mama in a box. And he's still in the earth plane. He's still talking to me because it's going to be some shit behind this. And I do believe that is something going to come out about the killers. And this was done before, just like I said, it was a hit. Now you see the police are saying the same thing I did. It was a hit and it's tied to other murders. And they needed the bullets. Although it was against the will. I'm so sorry because I know the family didn't want that. They're very hurt by it. However, I think that autopsy and the ballistics are going to help connect to other robberies because this is a crew. And they were extorting him and other people. And they're going to do it again. This is going to come up again. Oh, I know what I was getting ready to say, babies. Remember, and this ties again into what Nipsey told me. You see, what is that? Hurricane Ian? Is that hit Florida? Because I told you something's going to come up with Florida and the Atlantic and Pacific Ocean. Something else come up with Iran and Russia. How they killed that lady was at Iran. And it's some more fallout behind it. The storms are hitting different states. Even I think there's a watch, some kind of storm watch for Georgia. And how it tore up different states. I don't know what did it also hit Puerto Rico? And I think that storm is still moving around. I don't know if it's a storm or tornado or one to turn to it's called a cyclone. And then one hit the Philippines yesterday. And I told you it would be in islands in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. in a chain reaction, as well as tied to federal parks. So I also wanted to say that. And there was a bad shooting in Russia. Somebody said it might have been Nazi related to where Nazi paraphernalia shot kids in Russia. So I wanted to bring that up. I don't love what happened. And you see all this problem with these airplanes, and you see I've shared it on my community page. Boeing just had a major payout, a settlement with airlines killing these people with these Boeing 737, 757. I told y'all, Nipsey started warning me about that. If you go look at my old readings, I said exactly Boeings. The 3 series, 737, 757, 747s, and you see in the news, those were some of the series that were tied to the payouts of killing over 300 people. It might have been in one plane, more than one plane. And then when that had happened to Nipsey, he was assassinated. He was very upset about it because there was a major Boeing crash with the Ethiopian Airlines in 2019. You don't believe me? Go look it up. I have no problems with you checking my footwork, babies. Especially people that don't like me. It's amazing. They always say that I'm a liar and I don't know what I'm talking about. But then the stuff I say, Nipsey tells me, and they hate it when Nipsey tells her this and Nipsey tells her that. I'm going to keep saying he tells me when he tells me something. And when I believe it, I'm going to put it out in public and I'm going to stand by it. And if I need to be corrected, I am willing to be corrected. But that doesn't really happen to me a lot. I don't really get corrected and I don't get proved wrong, even though I'm willing to be, because I'm in a human body. I know I'm limited in a human body and I have to learn to develop myself more so I will be unlimited in the body and be able to see and do more. I always feel like I'm a work in progress and there's more to learn. There's more to see. I don't feel like I'm where I need to be. I fascinate myself when I see these things happen because I'm like, am I really seeing that? Is this person here? Am I crazy? And sometimes I don't even believe myself. It's so fascinating to me. So I'm a constant student. And as long as I live in this body, I will always be a student. I will never feel like I'm good enough. I will always feel like there's something I need to know, something I need to study, something I need to be better. I don't feel like I'm where I need to be. And I want to stay that way because that will make me always strive to be a better person and to heal all my little girl wounds and issues. So it's fine that other psychics don't feel that way. I have nothing to do with it. It doesn't mean that I doubt my work, because if I doubt my work, I wouldn't tell you publicly and risk being embarrassed. But I risk being embarrassed every day when I share these things. That's not what I mean. I'm just saying I just don't believe I'm always right. I don't think any human is always right. Unless you have access to all of the information in the world, so you know you could never be wrong. I don't have access to it. I'm not inside of government. I'm not inside of the White House. I'm not all these places. So to me, you can't say that you're never wrong and you know everything if you're not in those positions of power or connected with everybody in power, so that you know for a fact before you say something, you're always right and you're never wrong. And I'm not saying, if you're that gifted, you won't be wrong. But I don't know, some of you, I can't see your words. You might say I'm wrong, but I still feel like I'm not there. I still have a long way to go to really be the best. And so I always leave room. for error. And I notice a lot of readers, they don't do that. They'll say they can never be wrong. They're always right. And so that might be bad on my part. I know it comes true, Priscilla, but still, thank you for putting my queen. I still, you know what I'm saying? I still like to feel that there are things that I don't know. Yeah, I'm on point. I really haven't had a lot of wrongs. Because I know y'all go behind my back and study. I don't. I know that. But I still am not an arrogant person. I still feel like I need to study. I could be better. I still believe I can be better. But I know my percentage rate is in the 90s. I know that. There's no doubt. You can't convince me I'm wrong because there's too much stuff that you all go and get for me that I don't know. I know that my accuracy rate is high. But I still feel like I can be better, and just not listen to naysayers. But what makes me feel good is you all that love me and support me, when they say I'm lying and I'm wrong, you go get the information to prove that I'm right, that I'm not lying. And I love it. I love every moment of it because I want to be a vessel of God. I don't want to be a vessel for myself. I want to be a vessel of God. I want to be a vessel for my ancestors. I feel like I'm a messenger and I work for the spirits. I don't work for myself, and I never want to believe this is about me. Like the Bible said, what does it say in Proverbs? Pride always coming before a fall. I never want to live in pride. I never want to live in ego because ego will trick you. Ego will get you fucked up. Ego is never really a true place and in the shadow self. It's not good. That people that do that, eventually they always fall because they believe their own hype. And ego is not really based on rationality and truth. I never want to be like that. Everybody I've seen, they might have been incredible and talented and they knew it. And they became so arrogant that they couldn't see that they shit don't, they feel like they shit don't stink. And pride always, it's good to read Proverbs and Psalms because that's true. Pride always comes before a fall. And usually somebody's so prideful, so boastful and egotistical, they can't even see the fall because they believe they God and they will never fall and they never wrong. And if you're in a human body, I never want that spirit on me. Don't it? All people always that's real pride and like the other psychics like to fight with me. I don't know why, because I don't fight with them. Well, I don't start the fights. But if you stab me, I'm gonna stab your motherfucking ass back. I will not be a shrinking violet when a bitch comes stab me. But, they always talk about they're better than me. I'm jealous of them. They like to start shit with me. They like to threaten me. Oh, I'm going to kill you with my voodoo, or I'll beat your ass. Y'all seen this. People that follow me, y'all seen this. Psychics like to do that to me. I don't know why, because people that have followed me for years, you all see, I've never done that. I never initiate fights with women. I definitely don't fight with men. Some man, he's from New York. I forgot his name. He came to my page last week. Yes, I saw that with NASA. Thank you. What I said, Nipsey, NASA, Navy. They tried to blow up an asteroid. This guy is supposed to be with a hip hop museum, a hip hop history. He came to my page where I had just taken a picture last week. And, with my crystal tatas. And he was like, she has some good points, but I would like to debate her though. That's on my Facebook beauty page where I put my food and my things. And I looked at it and I was really shocked. And I went to this man's page. He's in New York and dealt with the history of the beginnings of hip hop. I thought that was really weird because I thought, why would a man that's strong in your identity and security wanted to debate and argue with a female? I don't know this man. I never seen him. I never heard of him, but he clearly has heard of me and was following me. And you wanted to debate me, a female? I don't argue with men. I don't debate men, and real men would never want to do that. Why don't it was shocking. Like, why don't you argue with a man? Why don't you debate a man? Why would you want to debate a female? When men are like that and they want to argue with me, they want to attack me and my views, and they want to debate me, I don't have anything to say to you. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not a man. I don't believe I'm a man. I'm not a feminist. I believe in sex and love and fucking and families between men and women. I've never been a feminist. And when these men clearly are intimidated by me and threatened by me that you want to argue and publicly debate me, I think you're sick. You have a mental and emotional problem, and men like that I stay away from. I immediately erase his comment. I didn't respond. I don't want those types of men near me, because to me, instead of you dealing with a man, you're a man, debate a man on your own level. But instead of doing that, you want to pick a female and you want me to argue. Now, there are women that will argue with men. I think it's beneath me, and you're clearly not on my level to want to do that to a woman. You clearly have an issue with women, and you definitely have an issue with me that I don't know about, because he tried to get on my radar and get my attention. I didn't respond. I erased it. I'm like, this is someone I would never speak to. I would never even acknowledge you to let you know I saw what you said. And I learned sometimes, even though I want to, some people and some things, it fucks with them more, especially men like that, when you don't even fucking respond. When you're classy about it and you take a high road. Because I just think I've seen women debate men and they hold their own. They're not screaming, they're not cursing. But why do you feel the need to try to tear down and inflict some type of trauma or pain on a woman and argue with a woman? I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there with anybody. No man, again. It's somebody like that I would never fuck with or speak to or nothing. So y'all don't let people bait you into stuff because they say this is what I want to do to you. You choose your experiences. You make your own decisions and move from a place of power. You never let a man lead you nowhere, especially an argumentative motherfucker like that. Because if you get close to them, they'll beat your ass or try to annihilate you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to make themselves superior and feel superior. And anytime a man does it to a female instead of doing it to another man, this motherfucker has a problem with women, especially a certain type of women. That this man had been stalking my page and tuned in on me and has me on his mind and me on his radar. And you had to let me know I want to debate you. I didn't even respond to let you. You don't know if I saw it or not. You don't know if because you're not shit to me. Sometimes niggas like that, it's best for them to not know. Did you see it? No, all you know is when you come up here, your comments are not here. And if you put another one, they will never be there. They will never be erased, because you're not even someone that I would acknowledge looking at the motherfucker look like he's short and fat with bowel problems, stomach long, head, bald, hair missing and shit. So you're not somebody I would notice anyway. You clearly have a mental and emotional problem. They like to seek out women to debate them and try to humiliate and degrade them and show people you're smarter and better than them. I've learned now to not respond to everybody. Now, whoever I feel like I need to respond to, I will. And for people that don't like it, don't come over here, because you can't tell me what to do. It's just certain things. I've held my tongue and tried to be a lady for what you all feel is a lady for years, and people stepped on me and lied on me and disrespected me. No, if somebody lies on me and I know you ain't shit because I know you personally and I talked to you on the phone and I dealt with you on a personal level, I'm going to respond and I'm going to expose you a dirty piece of shit, bitch. But if it's somebody I don't know personally and did that to me, and if you don't come over here and start no shit, but I'm to a point in my life, I don't have anything to lose by standing up for myself and exposing a raggedy ass bitch. Once you, because people need to know, y'all telling me, a lot of people tell me you shouldn't say this and you shouldn't respond, but you motherfuckers worship these people that you don't want me to say nothing about, and you don't know how fake they are, and you looking up to somebody, you're in an illusion, you're in a cloud, and you looking at somebody and you listening to them and the shit they say sound good, but after it sound good, you can't apply it to your life, and you don't know the motherfucker's a piece of shit ass man looking ass bitch. And you don't know nothing about them like I know, but you want me to not respond and not fucking say nothing. And I'm sorry, don't come over here, because if I know the motherfucker that's talking about me or calling me a liar or saying the man a clone and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I know for a fact the person ain't no motherfucking good, and I know they fucked over me, and I know by personal experience and not by what I heard them say on the outside, because they appear to be public and grand and shit. And in the public, you look up to them. But inside, I know the motherfucker's a piece of shit ass, he man, he, she looking ass, hermaphrodite ass bitch. And I know that publicly, personally, and I know the public don't match the private persona. And if I can save people by responding, telling what the motherfucker did to me, and I know what the fact you did to somebody else, and you're saying I shouldn't respond, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Because to me, it's my job to enlighten people. And if I see somebody out here supposed to be a public servant and bragging about about the power they got and the celebrities they know and telling you shit, and I know they fuck over people and they fucked over me, I'm going to warn you. Now, you don't have to listen. You don't have to fucking be over here. But I'm not going to not respond to somebody that attacks me and that pretends to be perfect. And I know for a fact you a scammer and you a lying ass bitch and you scam me and you lied to me and threatened to fucking kill me. No, I'm going to fucking respond. And for the people that want to know, you'll know they side that you impressed with on the outside, and you'll know the other fucking side that I'm telling you that I know in private for a public. This motherfucker ain't shit. I'm going to warn. You don't want to be warned by me, and you're saying I shouldn't respond, but what I'm saying is the truth, and I'm exposing how the motherfucker really is that you can't fucking see because you looking at the motherfucker on the outside and you believe that shit and they telling you how to present their motherfucking self. Stay away from me because I'm finally there in my life when I know somebody is not perfect the way they say they are, and I know for a fact they fucked over me, and I've been trying to be ladylike like y'all motherfuckers telling me I should be, and I know they dirty as fuck, and I've been holding that shit for 10 years or more. And what I'm saying is true, and I know it's fucking true, and what they showing you ain't really what the fuck it is. I'm gonna warn other people. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck was done to me. And y'all trying to say, oh, you know, you shouldn't say nothing. Yeah, I'm saying something. When I know what I'm saying is showing you the fake motherfucker and the two sides of them. So if you consider that wrong and I shouldn't say nothing, then stay away from here. Because whenever I see a wolf and y'all sheep motherfuckers with your eyes buck worshiping them, and they done struck a nerve in me, and I've been keeping a secret, and you still around here being a goddamn wolf in sheep's clothing, I'm going to expose you. Once you start fucking with me and doing shit to me, and I decide I'm not finna keep your secrets no more because I know you're a piece of shit ass bitch. With your Harlem Globetrotter looking ass, standing up there, looking like a nigga with them damn nigga sandals on, with that gold buckle on, and them little nigglets hanging off this on the pavement, hanging out the front of your goddamn shoes. You a nigga and you got them nigglets hanging out them open toe ass goddamn sandals, goddamn it. I am not gonna do this shit no more. Yes, I kept saying Draco. Why NASA said Draco? Thank you, baby, because I did not know. Y'all not gonna tell me how to goddamn be when I know somebody is a corn out that says goddamn it, he, she, bitch, goddamn it. It's a weird question, but can they taste the food? Yeah, they do. And they pull off the energy of the food. They can't physically chew, but they put everything is energy, and the food is energy. So they like the smells, the aroma, certain herb and flavors and shit they ask for. Yeah. And so the ones that me and appreciate me telling the truth and shit. If you don't like the way I'm saying it, as long as I'm telling the truth, I know what these so-called conscious motherfuckers that y'all look up to, and see, I've known them longer than y'all, and I've been around longer than y'all, and y'all don't know the backstory on these motherfuckers. Some of these motherfuckers I've been dealing with since 2007 and 2008, like the he, she that I'm talking about, goddamn it. That y'all think is so and the shit sound good. You know, she had me fooled, goddamn it. But then when she would talk to me on the low and put me down, from 2007, 2008, when she finally introduced herself to me, I never liked how she felt the need to degrade me all these years, and I kept it to myself until she did that shit with Nipsey and started threatening me and intimidating me by Nipsey, and how she did me with that deal with Solange and Princess and Diamond. She's a dirty bitch. And if you don't want me to say nothing about her and you don't like for me to respond to her and shit, keep your stinking ass out over here, because you're not going to stop me from telling my truth, something that I know for a fact because it happened to me. And a lot of y'all have said y'all got the vibe that she was like that anyway. She, he, goddammit. Y'all can feel what the fuck I'm saying and bearing witness to what the fuck I'm saying. So if I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm not going to say nothing. But if I know the people y'all worship and I know the other side of them and I experience them on a personal level and was fucked over by them, from now on, it's nothing you could say to me that you shouldn't say this and you should respond. Yeah, I'm going to respond if I feel like this person is a scammer and they took advantage of me and fucked over me. And I know I'm not the only fucking one. And now I am telling the truth and my truth and what I know for a fact is motherfucking true. And if I'm lying on them, they can just respond and say I'm lying and that never fucking happened. And you never did that. But I know for a fact they did because I'm not a lying bitch. And I'm not going to publicly get out and say some shit about somebody that I know is not true and then risk being sued and have them confront me like, Alexis, why you lying? Because what I'm saying, I know I'm not fucking lying. So if y'all don't want me to say nothing about her and y'all believe her, that's cool. Go over there and listen to her and believe her and stay the fuck away from over here. If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, I stand by what the fuck I'm saying. And I'm not going to bag down unless I know. I'm not saying allegedly. I'm not saying I doubt, because this happened to me. This happened to me. She did it to me for years. Off and on for years. She's a dirty bitch. A so-called she, goddamn it, Curious George looking bitch. I'm finna go, man. Finna goddamn go.